So, hi everyone, how's it going? You can basically interact. This is more of an interaction meeting. And those of you who want to open your camera can open their camera, or you can write in your chat. Let me just apply a visual effect.
Hello, it's all good from my side.
Okay, who is it? Pratik. Okay,
Yes, Pratik.
just try different filters. So, what all projects are you working on? Has anyone made their buddies yet?
Yes, sir.
First thing first, who is like who didn't know me, who didn't know who doesn't know me till
So,
now, and who doesn't know what GDSC is? Write in the chat box. Let me just apply a visual effect.
hello, it's all good from my.
Let's try different filters. Okay, one person, we got one person. Okay, Abhijan. Okay, so basically, uh, let me. People are still coming. So this is our first offline meet of GDSC. We have already conducted two sessions, which was in the multipurpose hall. I don't know if many of you joined. So, yeah, this is our first online meet of Compose Camp, in which we'll learn about basics of like Kotlin, Android, basically Android development, and we'll start Jetpack Compose, and then we'll go through like layouts and functions of Compose. So, um, so the first question is, what is GDSC? What are we? What are we? And what are we doing in this meet? Okay. So first thing first, GDSC is Google Developer Student Club. It's a club which is assigned by Google, and not in every college, but if any person in the college applies for the lead, if he or she becomes the lead, then the Google GDSC comes to that college. So luckily, previous year, Rushan Khan, which was our previous year lead, applied for the first time for GDSC lead, and it came to our college, luckily. So yeah, and for this tenure, I am your GDSC lead. My name is Kanish Bodhwani. I am a full stack web developer, and you can ask me like questions on development, on DevOps, Kubernetes, anything. So um, first things first, we'll start with I want to show you guys how to RSVP an event. Like, we'll have different events. Okay, in GDSC we'll have this is like the first Compose camp we are having. So this is the first official event, not the official event. Two events are already done. So how to RSVP, like how to register for an event. So let me guys show you by sharing my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So yeah. So this is the main page of GDSC. If you go to gdsc.community.dev, this is the main page. Let me first admit people. Okay. This is the main page. So you can find your chapter, like you can find our chapter, like Amity University Lucknow. Or Will come. Oh, okay. Okay. So you can like go to here and basically type Amity University Lucknow here. Okay. So this will open our chapter of GDSC. This is our chapter. So Google assigns like every college these chapters of GDSC, and we can have different events in this in these chapters. So this is like our Compose Camp's first two events, which is like now today, and this one is tomorrow. Okay, so how to RSVP? First, go to like view details. There's an event coming up. Go to view details. You can learn about it, like it's a virtual event, and what you will learn. You will learn Android and Compose. These are the tags, and yeah. So this is RSVP. So see right there, it's written availability ends in 1 day because event is tomorrow, and you can see the speakers, which is like three of us. Anupreet Singh is the facilitator, and Rahul is the co-facilitator for this Compose camp. And you can also like see our core team. This is our core team for this tenure. So click on this RSVP and fill the form. Fill this form. Like what's your name, email, and preferred pronoun, and what would you like to do in this event? Expand my current knowledge and meeting new people in network, and what is your technical area of interest, and it will like know us better. Uh, what your interest, and yeah, that's it. Just click on it and submit. Boom, your RSVP. Congratulations. So you have learned how to RSVP an event. Uh, Basically, it's an important part. For every event, you have to RSVP. Like two things you have to do for every event. First thing, RSVP, and the second thing is fill the form, fill the Google form which we provided to you. So let me tell you why. Because our college needs that, like who is coming to the event or not. Like our college needs that data. So you have to fill that form and RSVP here. So you can basically enter, and you can also join this chapter if you go to like. First, let me tell you what is a featured attendee. Someone asked me like yesterday, what is a featured attendee? So um, a featured attendee is like a second speaker, or we can say a second speaker. No, why I'm saying speaker, because he or she can introduce themselves and talk about politics and talk about anything he or she would like to do in this meet, and every like in any meet and future meets. So yeah, he or she can and do anything and interact with people. So yeah, that's feature attendee. And why is it important? It is important. I can like give you the permission to become a feature attendee. So I'll check your what have you done in this like LinkedIn profile and Twitter profile. So I'll check your LinkedIn profiles, and then I will make you a feature attendee. So you can share your projects and your story, like if you want to do with the people. Okay. So this is becoming a feature attendee. You should try to become a feature attendee. Okay. And one last thing I want to tell you is if you go to our event page, that is you can join this chapter. For me, it's coming like leave chapter. For you, if you have not joined this chapter, there's an button for join us. There's a button for join us. Blue color button will appear. Click on that button, and you will join the chapter. So for uh, updates, like an event is happening, so you will get updates in your mail ID directly. You don't have to come to this like every time to see if there are any new events or not. Of course, you have to come to RSVP. There's a direct link in the mail will be provided to you for RSVP, so it will make your work easier. Okay, so this is our chapter and previous talks. Okay.
सर
हाँ,
सर इस कोर्स को करने की नीड क्या है सर उन लोगों को? इसके बारे में सर कुछ बताइए.
The
सर इस
need
कोर्स को
to,
करने सर
there's no need to do this. If you can do this if you want. How? Let me first tell you what are the like perks of attending GDSC event, or what are perks of GDSC event, basically. So you will network. You'll network through your folks. You'll know your folks. Like you'll know your community, because it's an amazing community of like इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर्स क्रॉस करती है, तो नेटवर्क हमारा लिमिटेड नहीं हो जाता, इट्स एन इंक्रीज नेटवर्क. So you'll network first thing first, and you'll learn about what new technologies. Like Compose is the newest technology in Android. So this event is we are holding. So it's about Compose. So yeah, you'll learn new technologies, and yeah, you'll get hackathons are there, you'll webinars are there, seminars are there. So try to join, if you are like doing nothing on this, is like the best course, or yeah, you can say a pathway to get started with your development journey. GDSC is like that. Any other questions for anyone? Why my screen is not available? It's an actual platform to perform what will make us learn from this. It Nabil Khan asked, like, it's an actual platform to perform, or it will make us learn different things. It's kind of both. So you can perform, like you can speak in any of the events. So first you have to reach out to me if you want to do something like under the core team. If you like you want to do a cloud event, so reach out to the cloud lead. If you want to do an Android event, you reach out to the Android lead. So we can like see your profile, or we can see your knowledge in that field, and if we liked it, then we can have the event schedule. Okay, so this one I think answers the question, and it will make, yeah, you will learn different things. You will learn in speaking, you will learn in learning. Kaushab Singh asks, please also tell me about DevOps and cloud. So this meet is not basically for that. This is for Android. So we'll try to do this and other meets. Okay. Devagota, many students can volunteer under specific. Like, yeah, volunteering is you can do under the specific lead. So you can come up to that lead, or you can like ping me for that volunteering if you want to do. Yeah, that's it. Any other questions? So I think we'll start this Compose camp. Okay. So I would like Anupreet to like share the screen. First thing I tell you, Anupreet is our facilitator and a web lead for this tenure, and Rahul is our co-facilitator for this Compose camp, and he is the AIML lead. So Rahul and Anupreet, you can carry on. I think I've done my part.
Thank you, Kanish, for introducing us. We are very delighted for having this opportunity for conducting an event on the Compose Camp through the DDHC. So let's talk about what is Compose Camp and how we can learn more about it. So Compose Camp is a community organized event that we at the DDHC will be organizing for you all. It will be an hands-on event, so uh, you will make products and you can do all the things. And we will provide you with all the resources that are backed by Google and other services. Uh, Actually, the Compose Camp consists of 4 events in total. The first event that is happening on today, we will talk about the basics of Kotlin and how to get started with Compose, the Jetpack Compose, which is a UI library. So, and the second event will be held tomorrow. You might have also RSVP'd by now. If not, we will also send a link on the group for RSVPing. And after you RSVP, tomorrow we will learn about the layout and how the tiling works in Jetpack Compose and Kotlin. The next 2 events will be more focused about the estate and more of the intermediate stuff. For that, the events and all the details will be given to you. So uh, will be given to you in very advance. So let's talk about. Let me introduce myself. I'm Anupreet Singh. I will be serving as the Android facilitator. My co-facilitator will be Rahul Khatri. He is also the ML and AI lead. So we will both be working towards solving your queries and asking questions if you want, and we can help you with the product because I know more about Kotlin and Compose, and Rahul knows more about the traditional way of building apps via Java and Vue. Also, we can combine our knowledge for helping you out in all of the things. So let's talk about like Jetpack Compose. Like, why are we learning? Like, it's like Android today is everywhere. We have Android apps, we have Android operating system we are using, we have Android on tablets, we have Android on the Wear OS. So yeah, building apps on it, it's very necessary, and having a good and a better way of building such apps is also a dire need. So Jetpack Compose is just a UI library with it's built upon Kotlin so that we can build such apps very easily using less code and more efficiently. So, like, if you have been a part of a DDHC in the previous event, if you've been the part of the DDHC or any other DDHC, you might have experienced something known as a compose camp, Android study jam. So, Android study jam is an area like it's also like compose camp, but it's more towards the Android as a subject. So it covers React Native, Flutter, and the other things. Compose Camp, we are only focusing upon Compose and how we can build it, build apps. So there are not much prerequisites if you are following us in our journey of like us things. You need to have a little computer literacy, like how to install something on your machine or how to run a program. So that is the main, that is also we will take up the queries and the last so that we can continue our the PPT and all the learning phones we just dropped it. For the prerequisites, more basic math skills are required, not too necessary to be mentioned, but having a common sense on math is really necessary. It's also internet connection is required because Android Studio, the program that we will be using for writing the Kotlin apps and Compose, will be requiring internet connection and need to be connected. Optional is the Android device and the USB cable if you want to. If you have an Android device and you want to set your app on a real device, so that will be a necessary thing that you can connect to with the USB to the Android Studio, and it will be able to set your app on a real device. On that front, it is very beneficial. For the compose count that we, there are various learning objectives as well. Like the first thing is you are building apps. That is more cool, and you will learn about the new technology. It's more, and you will be getting the resources. With it, I will move forward and pass on to Rahul. He will be sharing a Notion document and talking about more like how Compose has changed with the traditional way of building apps. Like we used to have, if anybody is familiar with and traditional Android development, we that might know that we use Java and Vue. He will be talking more about how it's very different from it, and we'll be learning more. With this, I pass on to Rahul. Rahul, please.
Rahul, are you there? So Anupreet, I
Oh,
think
no
Rahul,
problem. Rahul
I
might
think
be
he's
facing on network
yeah, he's
issues.
busy. So you can continue.
Yeah, we can have Rahul session at the end of the day,
Huh.
so it's not really a problem. We can learn. Yeah, it's a little more to learn, but we can learn it. So let's start with the basic aspect. Like, the program that we need to learn to get into Android development. That is Android Studio. That's so I will be sharing the screen and the link that will be used for downloading it. Hope my screen is visible. I will be sharing the link in the meetup as well so that you can download it from here. So we are on the Android Studio website. So it will be showing you what is the latest version of Android Studio available to you. So you need to download it. Mostly the download is about gigabytes of data. So do recognize you have to download it there, like in the college by the Wi-Fi or with your mobile data.
Excuse me, excuse me, can we
Yes,
have recording of this meeting so that we can see afterwards also if you want to try it?
surely the resources will be provided at the end of the meeting on the group. Also, the meeting will be recorded so that if any difference at a more advanced level will be required, it could be accessed. But having doing it in a more standard way via meeting and on a live platform is more beneficial to you. So do join it, and because your queries will be answered much more effectively than it will be answered on something
Yeah,
like
I'm joining.
you cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching
So
it right
this
now.
is the
Actually, I wanted to ask afterwards, so I asked you for the recording.
okay. So this is Android Studio to download it. For this session, we might not require Android Studio to be installed, but for the next session, which will be tomorrow, it will be required for you to have it installed on your system so that we can do our compose things. Okay. So this is the I will be showing you what the Android Studio looks like. Hopefully, it's visible. This is a compose product that is a simple compose product beginner level so that we can work like so the code window and the thing. As I have shown, this is the Android Studio layout. So that on the left side of the layout we have the products, so that we can see what everything we have in the products. Like in the product section, there are many folders like manifest, Java to like different folders like com.example.my application. So these are required for your application uh, to run. Your code view is also there so that you can essentially know what we are coding. The design view is also there so that you can pick your design in a very efficient manner. It's very responsive so that unlike the previous versions of Android Studio, which were expected to be very sluggish, the new Android Studio with Compose is very faster than the previous version so that you can have a smoother experience of building apps. There's also a split screen view like I am having here so that you can see the code and the design of the code. So at the at the same time, unless because if we go into the code, you only see the code. If you go into the design, we only see the design. So sometimes we really require like to see what we are building. So like that's how the component Android its split view works. So what is an emulator like? For testing your apps on a computer, you need some emulator so that you can test your device like on a real computer. If you don't have an Android device, you can use this for having. So uh, as we can see on that, like on the top view, like where it says in pixel now. There's a device manager in Android Studio where you are having, and you can choose like what the dimension of the device will be and everything. And if you click on it, you have to select the API level. API level do have it above 30 because cupboards require that. So it will be downloaded. It must be a gigabyte of data to download. So to recognize that, and when you are done with it, so you will have a virtual device working on your Android Studio. Um, if you're trying to run your device on a physical device, like you have, so when will be connecting your phone with a USB cable, you might be getting this message. You have to do OK to that so that it will run. It have to allow the permissions so that you can have like if you are not getting this message, you might need to have go into the developer option on Android by clicking multiple times on the build menu in the settings. So let's talk about now what is Kotlin and why we will need to learn about Kotlin before learning about Compose. So Compose is built upon Kotlin. Kotlin is a language that is more geared towards Android developers, and it was in the Google I/O 2017. It was declared the official language for building Android apps by Google. Before that, Java was used. Java had many discrepancy and it was not very well suited for modern apps. So Kotlin was developed. Kotlin is interoperable, and what I mean by this that Kotlin code can be run Kotlin can be added to any Java application and it will run that. Like you can run, if you have a existing and Java app, you can add Kotlin and it will work. So we will have, so for learning Kotlin, we need to have Kotlin on our system. Android Studio by default will install Kotlin on your system, but for the time being, like we don't have Kotlin installed. So we will be using a Kotlin playground of whose link I will be providing in the meet chat. The Kotlin playground link is there in the you can open it up and we can write Kotlin code in it. We will have so like what's the program like? If you are very beginner and don't know about it, so beginner stuff, I will be going in brief, but I will encourage you to learn more about it via tutorials or the PPT that I will be sharing at the end of the session. So a program I will be going in brief so that you don't feel left out. So a program is a series of instructions. Like when we are writing a program, it's that's a series of instructions. Like that's a bunch of lines bunched together. So like what is code then? That is a code is a step by step written instruction to the program. So for example, if in this main function we are having a println. So println is a command, a step-by-step process. Like it's telling a computer that it needs to do something here. The main function is the starting of Kotlin program. Like it needs to start somewhere. Like if you know about C or Java, you might recognize about void main. So it's very similar to that. From the main function, the execution, the compiler starts seeing the code and starts, getting. For the functions, it's a segment of code like which is designed for a very specific task. It's for modulation of your program, so that your program is or your app is more manageable. You can define a function by using the fun keyword here. I mean, fun is a little funny, so you can use it. Where you just need to write fun and then your function name, then a pair of parentheses and a pair of brackets. Okay, we are at the Kotlin playground. Uh, all codes I will be posting on the Meetup so that you can also be there. So what we are having here is the function keyword, like the function main. For defining the function main, we are having the fun keyword here. And we can write anything in a function. Like for example, if you know the syntax of Java, we know like it's something that we'll do for printing out the lights at print ln. For print, this is for printing a line so that like if you run from the control F9 or using this play button, you will have the output of it and it says hello world. It's filling a line over here so that, and by line I mean so that more data cannot be stored at the end. If we just copy and paste it again, so it will be on a different line and not printing here because we are having the ln function over here. Let's go in brief about variables. Like variables are a piece of data and that you name. That's as simple. Like you are having a bucket, you're putting some water in it. So a bucket can be known as a variable because the amount of water can be altered, but the bucket is named, so it cannot be altered. So like this is an example of how you can use a variable in a program. Like VAL and VAR. VAL stand for a thing that cannot be changed. For example, like if you're having a name, that for example Megan here, that the name won't be changed. You are not expected to change your name like any sooner. But for the age, your age will change every year. So we are using var. Var, basically, if you know about something about programming, val is like constant, and var is just a regular word. By default, Kotlin requires you to do constant at the more level so that null safety is involved, and we can have a more standard way of writing code. Then after the val and the var keyword, we are having the variable name. For example, here is a name and here is its age. Also, we are required for having a variable data type. Like we need to tell the program like we are having a string type of variable. A string means, if you don't know, it's a line, a word. For example, here is Megan, which is enclosed within double quotes. Int can be a number, int can be a normal integer. And if you know about float is a uh, integer with a point. You need to define a variable beforehand so that your program knows like it's not undefined. Like for example, we can have it in the playground like val name thing is. For example, we can have the same example. Megan for using a variable inside the println, you need to use a dollar sign. For example, if you're having a dollar sign in writing name, uh, it will be used in the it will be printed. Like it's showing hello Megan over here. Okay, let me make it on the meet so that if anybody is following, you can refer to it. I would like to ask Kanish if my voice clear.
Yeah, Anupreet, can you speak up a little bit, like because
It's just
your
wait a
voice
moment.
is clear, but it's low.
Please tell what is the meaning of VAL and VAR when it is used.
VAL means you cannot change the value of it, and VAR is basically a variable. You can change it.
Okay.
Thank you.
VL is constant and VAR is normal. Yeah. Right. So
Hopefully now I am audible the way you want.
yeah, you're audible now.
Yeah, much better.
That's great. Let's continue with. So everybody must have got the function by now. Try to run it so that we can have it. And this is what's your output. Like if you change the name here, like example from Megan to like let's do it something else like Kotlin. So in the when we run it, the output will be changed to hello Kotlin. So let's try it out. Like you will know how to. This might be your first program, so like be happy with it. Have fun. So the a function is what we have made. Like, or we made it in the display. In the main function, we can also have a different function for it. Like if you either try here, like that, if you are going to try another function like fun and then display with the pair of brackets and then parentheses, we put all of this content over here and then call the function, then call the display function from the main function. If we run it now, let's see what the output is. It's the same output, like that's what it is. Like because we what we have done is we have used all of that information and given it to a separate function, and we are calling the function from the main function. So like why do we need the main function? Like as I've told, the compiler it starts from here. So it will not start from the display function, it will start from the main function. And it needs to be explicitly told like which function to look further away so that you need to go towards it. So like when the compiler comes here, like it will execute the main function and the main function say just execute the display function. So it will forward it to the display function and you will get your output. I will be sharing it on the meetup so that everybody who's following gets a thing. On the Kotlin playground, it's not possible for me to have the light mode on, so that scared me. Yeah, not possible. Oh, let's continue then. And they have used more precise print statement and use aids also. We can also do that here. It's not a problem. Hello name. That it can say like I am the variable is old. So we can. So now what will be the output is hello Kotlin. I'm 24-year-old. I will be resharing this line so that you can update. Let's move forward. So let's talk about compose. Like for compose, we require a composable functions. Mainly, we will be talking about more about it tomorrow, as we are having a compose more layout section and more beginner compose tomorrow. For now, let's that do it simple. So this is an annotation, like it provides more information about the function. So a composable function is a function that will be rendered on the screen. So let's have it in the Android Studio because Compose only works on Android Studio. Unfortunately, there won't be a way for me to run on an online platform. So here we are having a composable. Composable is required so that because it's an annotation for it. So annotation is required so that the whatever will be in this function will be rendered on the screen. So for now, like that, bear with me and have it like protect is required for Android for displaying the thing. Like we are using the same like as we use in a function like hello like and the dollar sign for it. We can edit this thing like let's edit to hello to howdy and we have a like real time output on the design screen. Like okay, so we are mostly at the end of the session. Like what plans for today? So like let's talk about what will be next in the next section. So tomorrow will be the layout lake section. We will be talking more about the way Compose and Kotlin work together to make beautiful layouts. Actually, we will require you to have Android Studio installed on your system. Like if you're using Android Studio on a if you're using Android Studio on a like environment when you're using a university Wi-Fi, so it might be there that you might run into some of the gradle issues here. Like in the event tab, like there will be a lot of issues. For that, I will recommend you to into Google DNS. If you know what is the Google DNS, it is dot 8.8.8. Like if there are errors coming, so it is for that time. If not, it will work correctly. Mostly on a public Wi-Fi, Android requires some of the Google DNS help for actually connecting to the Google server for downloading stuff. Like it needs to download some of the stuff because it doesn't carry much. So this is the layout lake. We are going to learn about material. We are going to like how the UIs of a app are made. How do you make a app or how do you make a text? How do you insert an image over it? So we will be covering that. And for the third session, like this is also will be covered in the second session for the material. For the third session, we will be more on the intermediate stuff. Like you need to learn more about the state, like what is exactly state. Like it will be a part of the third session, which will happen the next week and in the weekend probably. Uh, for the fourth session, we will be building a app and so on. So we are thinking of having it offline, but if things don't permit, we can have it online. So in this session, we will be building the app like a full app, and we will be forcing it as an APK file so that we can have fun and we can install and we can tell our parents like we made an app from this. So also, it's very recommended that you share like what you have learned on social media. So do share like personal achievements do multiply when you share it on social media. So having a compose use the hashtag compose camp, it will help you. Also, there's also a link here that t.o.dle/composite for learning more about composite about and giving yourself links. Okay, let's talk about most important part over here. Like, what do you need? Like, for the resources part, like for further learning and about like for further learning and knowing about Kotlin and Compose. So I'm going to like paste a link over here for the Android Basics course. See this link, this will forward you to a page like this which says Android Basics with Compose. This will be a course actually. So let's go with it. The type in Android Basics with Compose. It will come over here. I will be sharing the link of this as well. Namantavla, true use of annotation is like you are telling the programming language that this function is for a different kind of a purpose. Like it's different from a function, but it will use like for Kotlin to think about it, like a composable function like here in the Android Studio where if a function is composable, it will make use of it and will use it for declaring the UI of it. It will be all made and rendered. Uh, if a if it has something else like preview, it will show it will be used for different purposes. So annotations are used for that kind of like telling more to a programming language that this function is for this purpose and that function is for something else. Hope your doubt is clear. So we were talking about the course like Android Basics with Compose. This year had several units to it. Like I will recommend you to go through it. Like you will be getting the Android developer profile badge also, which you can showcase. You will be learning about your first Android app, your app UI, like what we will be teaching you. It can work at a more it can work regionally enhance the resource essentially. So it will work. So this is the course on like basic system ports, like the link out here. There are different units, like as I've shown you. First unit is your first Android app. In your first Android, there will be different pathways, like for introduction to Kotlin, setting up Android Studio, building a basic layout for like how like my sessions will be different. Like I will be going in a brief and speed running. However, in these pathways, you will be finding more information and you will be getting to know more about Kotlin and the in the pathway there are different steps that need to be completed. For example, taking a code lab. Let's have it hands-on even. Just a minute.
Hello,
Hopefully, it will be visible at this point.
Anupreet,
Um,
hello.
Hello. Yes.
Bhaiya, do we have to add any more dependencies or it's inbuilt for using Compose?
When you are using an empty compose activity, you don't need to add more. Like for Android Studio, when you build a product, for example, if I'm going over here like new product and selecting empty compose activity, you might not have to, you will not have to have more dependencies installed. However, if you go into the basic activity that doesn't contain compose, so you will having a problem. Like it won't, the compose won't work without
Okay.
adding more dependencies. Like so, select your when you are doing it, select empty compose activity so that you can build an app with compose. Hope that solves your query. Okay, moving forward, For example, if we click on the unit, this is the three pathways. I have completed all of them, so that I will also encourage you to also to complete and just have fun. Like it will be of more beneficial use. Like you can complete all the things and take up a quiz as well for getting a knowledge. It will be fun and good for you to enhance your knowledge. You can also share your badge on social media platforms such as Twitter, LinkedIn. All depends on you. Do take the quiz because it will be good for enhancing your knowledge and earn badges. Badges are necessary for your Google because it will be shown on your Google developer profile. And do make that profile as well. That Google developer profile. Do search it on Google. It will be showing your badges over there. So now, so more resources are mentioned over here for the official Android developer site, for the blog and the Medium blog for more technical and announcements. The user channel is also there with the Android dev, Twitter and LinkedIn are there, and the Kotlin and coach for learning more in deep about Kotlin. If you are new to programming, I will really recommend you to learn from the Kotlin 101 course so that it will be nice learning. Like at large, it will be that learn more, like learn more and encourage. So thank you for being a part and participating in Compose Camp Day 1. Do participate tomorrow as well for the day 2. Will be having the same timings from 5 to 6:30. Hope it will be fine.
And guys, other than that, I'm pasting like a YouTube link of a YouTube channel. You can also refer that. I mean, this is a really
Yes,
great channel. These are like,
yes, Philip answer is really great at explaining the concept. So, like, do check out all this resources. Also, the link and further resources that might be required for your learning will be posted on the group. So, please sure to check this out. Every slide will be uploaded also. Uh, the slide might be not uploaded by today, or it will be uploaded by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, but it will be uploaded for your references, and you can by this will end I will end and move forward with Rahul. Rahul will be doing and explaining like how is Kotlin different from Java. Like if Rahul is here by now. Rahul is not present, so Rahul will be doing it on tomorrow, so that we can learn about more about like how it Kotlin is different from Flutter and Java. By the time intervent, you can all leave. And it's
So, any questions? Do you have, guys, regarding this camp, regarding GDSC, anything you wanted to ask? You can speak up or you can write in the chat box as well.
also it's recommended that you
Yeah.
uh, do the Google form that we are sharing because at last the certificate of the event with the Google member badge with the exclusive for the GDSC members will be shared on that mail uh, and the data that you will be sending out. So do fill the form.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sumit, I will be sharing all the details and the resources on the group so that you can refer.
Yeah, we'll share the PDF. We'll share the like course link in the members group. So do join the members group if anybody hasn't joined it. Yeah. Any more questions?
The RSVP link for tomorrow's event has been shared,
Yeah,
or
you
will
will
be
get the
there?
link. First, you have to RSVP in the second event, like I did, in the, and you will get the link in the members group tomorrow.
Will it be shared right now, or
Not,
can we
not
share?
right now. Tomorrow itself.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we can conclude this session. Thank you guys for joining us. This was the first Compose Camp. Do share like in the LinkedIn and LinkedIn and Twitter about the Compose Camp and tag at Compose Camp India, Compose Camp, and different tags. So yeah, and also tag our chapter in the LinkedIn, which is GDSC AUL. Uh, so okay, then bye bye. Bye everyone.
Thank you, Bhaiya. Bye.
Thank you, Maya.
Thanks a lot for the session.
Thank you.